Hello students, hope all of you are fine and staying safe at home. In this situation, since we can't go out from the home, so we have to start our half-yearly syllabus through this online mode. We have completed our periodic test 1 syllabus. Hope everything is clear to you and you have done all the homeworks and worksheet properly. So, in this week, we are going to start with the half-yearly syllabus. Before going to the half-yearly syllabus, I want to tell to the students that if your periodic test 1 syllabus is not over, first go through that, complete it, prepare yourself for periodic test 1 exam, then only you will go for half-yearly. Okay? Now, let us have a look on the syllabus first. So in the geometry portion, we have 2 chapters. One is ratio and proportion and the another one is practical geometry. Today we will start with ratio and proportion. Be ready with a pen and paper. We will start the syllabus. It is the chapter 9 of your book. So all of you take out your book, chapter 9. So, as the name suggests ratio and proportion, before going in detail, we have to know about the terms related to this chapter. That is, what is ratio and what is proportion. So, our first topic of this chapter is ratio. So, ratio means the quantitative relation between two amount showing the number of times one value contains or is contained within other is called ratio. That means ratio means to comparing two quantities. Okay? For example, you see the ratio of men to women in a society is 8:7. That means suppose you are living in a society and you are asked to find the ratio of the number of men and women. Then you have written the ratio of men to women in a society is 8:9. Now question may come in your mind. To compare means we have learned difference, but now ma'am is telling compare means in this way, little bit confusing. So let me differentiate them. We can compare in 2 ways. One is difference method, one is quotient method. That means we can compare 2 things in these 2 methods. Difference method means by subtracting and quotient method or compare method means dividing. So when we compare 2 numbers by subtracting, it is called difference method, and when we compare 2 number by dividing, it is called quotient method. Okay? So now let's go to some important points of it. Some important point related to this. A ratio is a way of comparing quantity or number by division. Ratio is a way where we can compare 2 number by division. By division method. A ratio is a way of comparing 2 quantities or number by division. A ratio consists of 2 number in definite order. They should have a definite order. Means if the denominator is in fraction, then the numerator also should be in fraction. The ratio of 2 number can be written in many ways. We can write in many ways. So, how we can write? It will come when we will solve maths. Now, a ratio can be read as is-to-ought-to, or we can read it as is-to-ought-to. While comparing 2 quantities, both the quantities must have same unit. Comparison is done only between the number of same units. We can't compare rupees with time with distance like this. Okay? Then last point is a ratio is unchanged if the 2 number of the ratio are multiplied or divided by same number. In a ratio, if the numerator or the denominator is multiplied by same number, then also the ratio will remain same. So for this 6 number, let's have a look in an example. So let's see here. In 5 number as f number point, we have told that if the fraction is multiplied or divided by a same number, then the ratio will remain same. So here you see 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is a ratio. 2 by 3 is a ratio. Here I have multiplied numerator and denominator by a same number, that is 4. Then the result I have got as 8 by 12. So according to our explanation, it means 2 by 3 is equals to 8 by 12. This dot dot symbol is called is-to or ratio symbol. Okay, it goes in case of multiplication. Now comes for division. Here you see I have taken a ratio 16 by 36. Both the numerator and denominator I have divided by 4. Okay, I have got it as 4 by 9. That means 16 is to 36 is equals to 4 is to 9. These things you have got in fractions, that is equivalent fraction, when we are asked to find out equivalent fraction. Now we will see some examples related to this fraction. Now we will see how to simplify ratios. Ratios may be in various forms. So here are some of the forms of ratio. So let's have a look in the problems. First one is 15 is to 36. 15 is to 36. Always remember this is to sign means divide. Okay, so 15 into 36. I have taken it in this fraction form. I have simplified. Okay, and I have got the result as 5 is to 8. Then go to B number. Here the ratio is in fractional form. So here I have replaced the ratio sign with divide. Then divide is changed to multiply and then just simplification. Ratio is 15 is to 8. In the third example, the ratio is in the mixed fraction form. So first from mixed fraction to improper fraction I have brought it. Then I have replaced the ratio sign with divide sign, then with multiply. Then I have simplified and got, after simplification I have got it as 7 is to 9. And last form is in decimal form. What we have done? In decimal form, first we have replaced the decimal. All of you know how to replace decimal. So in the numerator you see after decimal 3 digits. So 1000 appears at the denominator. Same case in case of denominator. So 1000 appears in the numerator. Now both the 1000 get cancelled. Okay. And 26 and 39 get cancelled with 13. We have got the result as 29. So our ratio has reduced to 2 is to 3. Just one thing you remember, here in these 4 examples, there I have not taken any units. But whenever units are mentioned, be careful about the units. The units should be same while taking the ratios. Now, we will go to the exercise 9a. Take out your book and copy, means school notebook, and be ready to solve the exercise. Here is the exercise. In question number 1, you see, write these ratios in the simplest form. You have to solve this as the above mentioned examples, which just now I have shown you. So in 1, 2, 3, 4 number, 5 number up to 5, there is no unit and they are very easy to solve. Units are given from question number 6. Once subdivision number 6. There both the quantity is having the same unit. So we no need to take tension. But in 7 number, one is in centimeter and one is in millimeter. Both are in different unit, but both the units are of measurement. So what we'll do? We'll convert centimeter to millimeter and we will solve it out. In 8 number also, same rule, from millimeter to liter we need to convert. In 9 number also, kilometer to meter we need to convert. In 10 number, hour to minute we need to convert. In 11 number, year to days we need to convert. In 12 number, rupees to paisa we need to convert. Out of these 12 problems, selected problems I have solved in this PDF. Once if you go through that, the concept will be clear. I am moving to the word problems. Let's have a look. Question number 2. A man earned 7,500 a year and spent 6,300 a year. So he is earning this much and spending this much. Find the ratio. Earning means income, spend means spent, and spend means expenditure, and saving means saving. So first one, it is asked income to expenditure. Income to expenditure means income by expenditure. So income is 7,500 and expenditure is 6,300. You have to find the ratio. Next one is 2 number is saving to his income. So saving is not given. You need to find saving by subtracting and then you need to find the ratio. Similarly, you need to do question number 3, 4, 5 in the same way. For this, question number 3 is done for you. You can take the help of question number 3 and solve it out. Okay. Now comes to the MCQ. Though they are in MCQ form, but you need to solve these MCQs in your school notebook in a proper manner. Not just the answer, with proper statement. You have to solve 6, 7, 8 number in your school notebook. Be careful while solving. Now I come to horse. What is the ratio of number of a prime number to the number of composite number in between 1 to 50 with 1 and 50 inclusive? So you have to find the ratio of prime number and composite number. So before that, you need to count how many prime number and how many composite number are there in between 1 to 50. In between 1 to 50, I think there are 15 prime number and 34 composite number. So I have solved this for you. Let's have a look on it. In between 1 to 50, there are 15 prime numbers and 34 composite number. So ratio prime by composite we are asked to find. So prime by composite is 15 by 4. Since they are co-prime to each other, so our result will remain as 15:34. Then in question number 4, you can see in your book, it is told the present age of Ankita is 18 years and his brother Apurva is 16 years. Find their age of their ratio. So ratio we have find out, we have simplified, got it as 9:4. In the second part, it is asked after 8 years, Ankita's age will, after 8 years, their ratio you need to find. So after 8 years, both ages are increased by 8. So it will be, Ankita's age will be 26 and Apurva is 24. So in the similar way, we have simplified and we have got the result. I hope the remaining problems the student can do by themselves. We will meet you with some more word problems in our next class. Till then, stay safe, stay protective. Thank you.